Hi friends, welcome back, or welcome if you are new here. My name is Katie. Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to do a get ready with me because I don't have anything new and I have to go out. So we're doing a get ready with me. I haven't put on makeup, let alone filmed a makeup video in, we're getting close to about 3 weeks. So that's what we're gonna do. With regards to the hair, they are in heatless curl things. I actually have a tutorial on how to do this if you are interested in that. So I will link that in the little info card of things. And yeah, let's just get into it. I'm so rusty. I am rusty. So what are we doing first? First, I'm going to try and keep this hair out of my fucking face. Can you? Oh, no, okay, I can't do that. Can't do that. Sorry, friend. Can I, like, tie you together? No, okay, it'll be worth it. It'll be worth it, okay? So, what am I doing first? So, firstly, I'm going to prime my face. And I've been enjoying priming my face on a wet face. So to wet my face, this is such a long sentence. What are we talking about? To wet my face, I'm going to be using the Misguided Super Fixing Mist. Oh my god, I'm so bad today. So this is what it looks like. It's like in an aerosol can. It's like a mister. So I'm going to use this because it literally does soak your face, soak your hair, and soak your clothes. And it has a very strong fragrance. So I don't really like to use this after I've put my makeup on, because honestly it just makes my makeup and my face like too wet, so I like using this beforehand. So let's give it a go. I don't know if you're supposed to shake it. I'm gonna shake it. Doesn't say. I'm gonna shake it though. Okay, so oh, it's such a light mister. You honestly can't feel anything on your face. Like, it doesn't feel like anything is going on your face. But my face is soaked and my t-shirt's soaked. Oh, you can literally see how wet it is. Yeah, and it has such a strong fragrance. Like, if you get this on your t-shirt like I've just done and in your hair, you're gonna smell like it all day, and it's a very strong fragrance. So just do that and then I prime. So for primer, I'm going to be using this. This is the e.l.f. Blemish Fighting Putty Primer, which I have been loving recently, as you can tell. So I'm just going to shove this onto my face. I get like a decent amount, and I'm just going to put it in all of my pores. And I feel like it just sinks into my skin way better if I have like a wet face. And also obviously using a setting mist beforehand is also helpful, because it helps to keep your oils at bay and make sure that things stay where they are supposed to. And this has salicylic acid in it, which is why it is blemish fighting. So honestly, I just kind of put this everywhere. Like, it can't hurt. It's definitely not as smoothing as the original. Let me actually get out a little bit of the original and we'll see. So this is obviously with the blemish fighting one, and I'm just going to put the original one on top. So it has a different consistency. Like, let me get them both out. So I feel like you can tell the consistency. This one is way more liquidy. This one's way more like creamy. Can you tell the difference? I don't know. That was quite weird swatches. So let's just grab a little bit of the normal one and shove that right there. I feel like that was too much. Oh Christ. Okay, so you'll have to let me know, but I actually definitely think that didn't make any sense, but I definitely think that it actually has more of a difference on my pores than the salicylic acid one, the blemish fighting one. Let's bring you close so you can see, hopefully. Up close and personally. So I'm gonna let that to sink into my skin. So we're gonna work on eyes. So I'm gonna use my NYX, what are you even called? Ultimate Shadow and Liner Primer. This is what I'm gonna use. Oh wait, I forgot. I don't like this primer. I don't like this eye primer. Hold on. Take it off. I had completely forgot. Basically, this eye primer, every time I use it, I get like this weird orange line like right around here, because this is actually too, like, it becomes too dark for my skin tone. It becomes very orange, very dry and very crusty. So I don't actually like this. I'd completely forgotten. So I can go there. So we're gonna use a different eye base. One I haven't used in a bit. We're gonna no. Do you know what? Today I'm using concealer. I'm gonna use the Technic 3-in-1 concealer thing in Porcelain. This is quite a full coverage matte concealer. And I know you're not supposed to use concealer as eyeshadow primer, blah de blah de blah. But I just don't have any eyeshadow primers that I like right now. So there's not really anything I can do. So I'm just gonna use this. And I am going to set that with my Technic Vitamin C translucent finishing powder, just because I find it so much better to set, because if I don't, I just get really bad creasing with any eyeshadow primer. So I'm just gonna I'm gonna put on a lip balm quickly. This is the Home Bargains one, the one in a melon watermelon extract lip balm. I've really been liking this a lot. I'm gonna grab myself some masking tape, because I think I'm gonna do a wing. Yeah, I am. I'm gonna do a wing. So I'm just gonna grab some masking tape. Stick that right there. I'll adjust in a second because it's probably wrong. Same with this one. Pop there. Okay, and then look in the mirror and make sure they're even. I think they're even. This one could come a little bit closer to my actual eye though. Okay, now we eyeshadow. So I'm using the Revolution Beauty Legacy palette. This is what she looks like. So I'm going to do a wing today using the black and possibly the smoke shade. Maybe like a mixture of both, I don't know. But that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm just gonna grab this little brush. It's already stained with black, so I'm gonna use it. And I'm literally gonna go directly into the black shade, which is called Night. Beautiful. Match it up on the other eye, so whatever I do next, if I mess it up, I'll mess both of them up. Do you know what I mean? So do the same over here. Okay, is that about even? I think that's about even. So we've got our black down, and now we decide if we're going to blend it out. I suppose we will a little. I'm going to grab it is a clean brush. It doesn't look clean, but it is clean, I promise. I'm actually going to scoot you down a little also. I'm going to dip into this one. This is called Ash. I'm just going to take a little bit, and I'm going to blend. And try and like, I want to try and like soften this a little bit, but at the same time I still want it to be like a powerful liner. I just want it to have like the nice soft smudging quality of shadow, because that's why I used shadow. I'm just taking this up to my crease a little bit as well, just so there's a bit of like definition there. Anyway, how you guys been? I haven't been here like present mentally. It's not like I've been away like on holiday or anything. It's just I just haven't been here. I feel really good filming today. So yeah, I've missed it. I've missed filming. I've missed interacting with you guys. But how are you? Let me know. Tell me how you are. I've been watching Sex and the City like the last week. That's all I've been watching. Well, me and Cam have also been watching Red versus Blue. Have any of you guys seen that? I had no idea that it was like a thing. I'm just gonna take these off because these are like falling off anyway. Yeah, apparently when we were like kids, like Cam and I maybe, there was like this show on YouTube, but then it got taken to Netflix also. It's called Red versus Blue. It's basically just like these guys, they basically just like all play this game together, but they give the characters like actual characters, and it's like so funny, and it's kind of impressive as well, because I think it was meant to be like they basically went to someone's, like one of their houses, hooked up like 8 different Xboxes and did it like that. It's really funny. I'm just curious if anyone else like has seen it or like knows about it, because I literally didn't even know it was a thing until earlier this week, and now I love it. Okay, so now I'm just grabbing that brush that I used to powder down my eyes, and I'm just going to use that to just run around the edges. There's probably going to be a little bit of excess powder on there, which is kind of what I want, and it's just such a big fluffy brush that I just want it to like soften and diffuse everything. Sometimes I get like these weird like stripes in my eyeshadow. It looks like I'm a little zebra. Eyes are done. Obviously I'll do mascara and everything later, but now we want to move on to the face. So let's do the face. Let's start with foundation. So I'm going to mix two. I'm going to mix the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Dewy Foundation with the Revolution Relove by Revolution Super Serum. So someone recently asked me on Instagram what foundation I use, and this is the one that I'm typically wearing. It's the Super Serum. It has such a nice coverage with such a nice natural lightweight finish that I just love it. But I'm going to mix it today just because I think the shade is like a little bit too yellow for me at the moment. I'm looking particularly rosacea, but also particularly pale. So I have this one in the shade F1, and I have the Wet n Wild one in the shade Soft Ivory. So the Wet n Wild one comes with a little spatula, so I'm just going to spatula this onto my face. And then I'm going to take this Super Serum, and this one has a dropper, and I don't particularly like to do the droppy thing on my face, but I don't want to get my hand dirty right this second, so I'm just going to do that. I'm going to drop a little bit onto my face. And I'm actually going to take a brush today. I've been using a sponge, but I'm going to use a brush just to blend this out. So what are some of your guys' favourite, like, super affordable foundations, but particularly concealers? I only have 2 concealers right now, and I don't really... It's not like I don't love either one of them. I really like one of them, but it's kind of like the wrong shade for me. And then the other one I have, I don't really like. But that's what I've got right now, because I actually went through so many concealers within the past like few months. So yeah, let me know what some of your favourite like cheap concealers are, because I really need to get some new ones. And also like foundations and stuff. I'm working my way through my foundations. I only have 1, 2, 3, 4. I only have 4 foundations right now. And I'm working my way through all of them. Like none of them are like at full capacity, do you know what I mean? So I'm doing pretty good trying to get through my stuff. There was a little bit where I was doing that like project pan thing, but I didn't like being so limited in my options. Like I like using different stuff. Like I didn't want to use the same foundation or whatever every single like day. I just found it a bit too like... I felt a little bit too pigeonholed by it, so I just prefer sort of like just doing my thing and using what I use whenever I feel like it, and it seems to be working. Now I'm going to take my sponge, just run over this to make sure it all is blended in. Foundation's on, so now let's do some concealer. So these are the only 2 I have in my collection, as I was just saying. The Technic one I really like, but I think this is the lightest shade, and it oxidizes to be quite dark and peach toned on me. So I definitely would prefer a lighter shade, but I think the shade range is absolute trash. And then I also have the Misguided Meet Your Match concealer, which I just don't particularly like. So I'm gonna do a little mixture. But can you see the tone of this one? Like, it's too dark for me, but it's the lightest one they have. And then let's do a tiny bit of the Meet Your Match one right in the innermost parts and a little down my nose. And the Technic one dries really fast, so you want to blend it in really quickly. Mr. Blush. There you are. So I'm going to start with this, and I'm going to use this to set under my eyes and part of my face, and then I'm going to go in with a different powder. Okay, so I've set my sort of like super oily areas with the Technic powder, and then I'm going to go on top with this one. So this is from Primark. This is the PS Blurred Out Skin Conditioning Universal Blurring Powder. So this is what it looks like. There's no sifter like the other one, and this is so finely milled, it is ridiculous. It's like flour, just like whoosh, whoosh. So I'm going to use this. I'm going to use the tiniest amount right here to help brighten and blur, just right in my darkest parts. I'm going to do some like right here. You see where I have texture? Let's do this. Please tell me that you see this. Like, it blurs so nicely. Look at my nose. My nose looks weird. So now I look so freaking smooth. Look how smooth I am. I am so smooth. So now we're going to do the complexion. So I'm going to go back into my Revolution Beauty Legacy palette, and I'm going to dip into this bronzer. I really like this bronzer. It's such a nice bronzer. It's called the Grand Tan. I think it's such a nice tone and just such a nice like depth level. I really like it. And now I'm going to highlighter, but I'm going to move over to the Sofa X Revolution palette, and I'm going to pop in to... I'm going to mix this one with the purple one, I think. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And if I don't like it, then I'll just pop in with more of sort of like the champagne one. I'm just mixing them. Get this freaking hair back, man. I think this might have been a good shout. Ooh. So now before I do mascara, I'm going to do a setting spray, and I'm going to use the Essence Keep It Perfect makeup fixing spray. It is hydrating with hyaluron. So I'm just going to use this. Can you shake it? Who knows? With this one, you want to hold it really far away because the mister is intense. So yeah. I like to go over and just pat everything in with my sponge as well when I've misted. I might have went a little bit ham with the bronzer, just a little bit. Okay, so now let's do the eyebrows. Let's do the eyebrows quickly. I'm just gonna use a spoolie to push them up. I need to pluck them, so don't look too closely. I'm gonna grab the Technic Soap Brow Kit out, which looks like something like this, because it's just got really good hold. So what I'm actually gonna do today is I'm gonna wet my spoolie. Before I would always spray directly into the product, but I think it makes it too wet. So I'm just gonna wet my spoolie and see how this works. Does this work? Who knows? Okay, this side definitely looks better, but I can work with it. So now we're gonna do the eyebrows. I'm gonna use my what in the frick are you called? This is the Primark Line and Define Brow Duo. So I'm just gonna use the skinny nibbed side. I really need to get a brow pencil. And then I'm just gonna go through with a little bit of the, oh my god, a little bit of e.l.f. Wow Brow in a neutral brown. Okay, so for under my eyes, I'm going to keep it pretty simple. I'm just going to go in with the ash shade for like the majority of my under eye, and then I might use a little bit of black just to connect to the top, but I don't want it to be too dark. And then I'm just going to take the brush that I had the black on, and I'm just going to smudge whatever residual stuff is on here. Okay, now let's do a little bit of inner corner highlight, and I'm going to go back into my Revolution and Soap palette. Let's pop you away, and I'm going to dip into this one and a mixture of this one. I might even spray it just to make sure that it pops. Oh wow. Oh, okay. Wiping the brush off, going back into just the champagne shade. Oh wow, that's too much. That's too much. I'm going to take a teeny tiny brush and go into this canvas shade. And I'm just going to like underline my brows kind of with it. Just to really subtly like make them pop without actually doing anything. And I'm also going to take a bit of that and just pop right over the top of that shimmer. I'm actually going to pop in with this white eyeliner from Primark, just to outline. Just do a little bit of Technic Mega Lash Waterproof Mascara. Okay, so I obviously have to clean up my under eye because I made a mess as per freaking usual. But let's quickly do the lip-a-doodles and then I can sort myself out. So just for lips, I think I'm just gonna use the NYX. This is Milky Gloss in a pink shade. I've just been loving this recently. It's just the best. So no lip liner either. Just straight on. I personally just love like the little tint and a gloss that it gives your lips. I think it's very subtle and very natural and I love it. So I'm going to sort myself out and I'll be back to show you the finished look, which will be a whole lot better than this whole situation. So back in a minute. Okay, so this is my finished look, all nice and cleaned up, hair and everything. So I think it looks super cute. I think it's simple, classic, a little bit grungy, a little bit understated, but yeah, I like it because like, you can still see like my skin through it. Like you can still see pimples, everything like that. My eyebrows are super natural, but I really like this look, especially with this jumper. I feel super cute and grungy and edgy and I love it. And also my hair turned out pretty cute using those heatless curls. So yeah, make sure you check out that tutorial video to see how I achieved this lovely beautiful natural wave using no heat at all. But anyway, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up and consider subscribing if you haven't already. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.